As I was reading the Nicomachean Ethics by Aristotle, I was kind of falling asleep during the chapter and not really paying attention to what he was saying until he said this one line. Let me read it to you. Aristotle says, "A man should be a lover of self, but in the sense in which most men are so, he ought not." Meaning that you must find your own way in life. You must find your own path, your own routines, and what feels good to you, because we're all separate entities and we should not be following the flock. Now, a lot of the times we see these routines from all these YouTubers or the way that they live, and we think that we should be doing the same. Without even doing our own research or testing it out by ourselves, we start doing these routines, and if they don't work, we just wasted a bunch of time. But again, you only know until you try, and that is why you must do your own research and why you must become a lover of yourself. So how can you become a lover of yourself? First, you must understand what is pleasant to you. If smoking a cigarette is pleasant to you, but it has a bad outcome, then it is not pleasant, it is not pleasurable. If going to the gym has a good outcome and is pleasurable, then keep going to the gym, because that is what is pleasant. What is unpleasant and what is pleasant are two separate things. What is unpleasant has bad outcomes, and what is pleasant has good outcomes. Now, he not only speaks about pleasure and unpleasant acts, he speaks a lot about stress and how we put ourselves under more stress than we need to. Again, going back to the influencers, they tell us to do this, this, and this. And our unconscious mind is thinking like, oh my goodness, I better do this today or else I'm not going to be healthy, or else I'm not going to be happy, this is that. When in reality, we need to start taking away more than we start putting in. Because think about it, we're under these blue lights all day, we're inside, we don't get much movement, we're putting so much stress on our bodies already. Why put even more stress by doing menial tasks, such as, if you don't like journaling, then don't journal, right? Now, his main point in this whole book is doing what is noble, how to be a noble man, because Aristotle ranks nobility as the top of the ethics pyramid. We see nobility as dying for someone, as long as it's for the greater good. Doing noble is doing what is best for society and yourself as a whole. If it is not best for the society and yourself, it is not noble. For example, if a world leader thinks that raw milk would be amazing for the country and would be amazing for every single person, then he will allow raw milk into the country. Even if Brenda's like, oh, well, I don't like raw milk because he'll still do it because the best thing for society, that is a noble act. On the contrary, we have unnoble deeds. Now, these can be only self-gain and can be evil acts. And these can come in two forms, involuntary or voluntary acts. So, the involuntary unnoble act could be a man who is hungry steals from his local supermarket. He eats it, and that is an involuntary act, which is not evil. But if he were to have a full stomach and still steal from the supermarket, that would be an evil act because he thought with his mind, not with his stomach. So, how can we live our everyday lives as noble lovers of ourselves? Well, first you must ask yourself, why do you do the tasks that you do every single day? Why do you go to the gym? Why do you eat healthy? Do those have good outcomes? You must ask yourself these questions. If they do have good outcomes, they are pleasant and you must keep doing them. Now, if you go to the gym, you will be a happier person. If you eat clean, you will be a happier person. if you pray, you will be a happier person. And if you are a happier person, you will make that energy flow to the other people that you speak to, which will make them happy also. Isn't that amazing? So of course, doing all these tasks throughout your day are noble, but you must find the ones that are unnoble and that are not gaining for either yourself or others. It's very easy to get caught in the influencer trap where you're listening to one guy say, oh, eat this, or you're listening to the other guy say, oh, read this, and then you're listening to that other guy who listened to the other guy who listened to the other guy say, you have to do this, when in reality, you must just find your base and you must work off that base. What I would say is find 1 to 2 tasks that you can do every single day for your mental, your spiritual, and your physical health. If you find that base, I promise you a healthier and happier life. Because at the end of the day, whether we think about it or we don't, the whole point of life is to live for others. We are put in these vessels not just for our soul, but mainly because our soul needs to connect with other people, and we need to be connected with others and helping them. That is just how we've lived for years, and that's how our mind works, and that's how we are happier. Think about it. If you speak to one of your friends, or if you speak to someone close to you, and you open their eyes on a certain topic, afterwards, before you go to bed, you're smiling. You're all happy, you're all giddy. You're like, I'm going to sleep a happy man tonight because I helped my friend, right? So again, unconsciously, we're always trying to help others. We're always trying to be as noble as possible. Now, if you enjoyed this video, well then, I would enjoy for you to give it a follow. Not only on this channel do I speak about stoicism, but I also speak about health, lifestyle, philosophy, and how it connects to the whole of reality and how it connects to the whole of yourself. And don't forget, the theory is only true if you perceive it as.